cannons or bottles of either Tito's or Fireball for us in this thing.
I want Tito's and Fireball. Okay, we're live.
All right.
This is a very bad angle of me. Oh well. There it goes. It just notified. This is a terrible angle of me for anyone who's watching already. Yeah. Okay. Tell her that we're live streaming this, so just
Be prepared.
be prepared. Talking to the neighbor and inviting her over to do yoga. Hi guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Can you guys hear me okay? Oh my god, awkward Kelly and live stream again. I forget how delayed this is. I have to remember that when I ask you guys questions. But write in the comments if you can't hear me. Okay. Yay! Thank you, Chandra, for letting me know that. Yay! Hi guys! I'm so excited. Oh, we have 32 people with us. How fun. Loud and clear. Audio is good. Okay, actually, let me test this. Can you guys still hear me back here? Okay, if I talk at this. Oh yeah, oh my god, was today your first day of virtual homeschool? Because I'm not looking forward to that. Somebody said I need this after day of virtual homeschool.
Oh, for sure.
I do have a hydro flask, it's right there. Actually, I think Malena's got one too with her. Okay, yay, everyone can hear us. So excited. Okay, guys, so we're not gonna start for another 5 minutes. I wanted to hang on, but here is Malena. This is my yoga teacher and friend. Okay, softer, but can hear. Okay, so she can hear, so as long as you talk.
I can talk from here. So
Talk
namaste,
loudly.
everybody.
Yeah.
Namaste. Happy Tuesday.
We're gonna
do some little bit of Ashtanga yoga. We're keeping it light. We're going to kind of get you guys into a routine. So what we'll talk about today is called the minimum daily requirement, the MDR. So we'll talk about that.
I like minimal requirements.
Well, especially it's for those days when you're like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, but I need to get up and move, I need to get this practice in, and it'll be about 35 minutes.
That's what I thought. I
So
said
you'll be able to like do it, it's not a huge commitment, but some of my teachers would tell me that like sometimes their practice is 2 sun salutations and that's it, it's sometimes that's all we can manage,
they said be easy on us.
I will.
So it's incredibly. John's texting me saying we better get a better mic. We'll try to talk louder when we're back there and when we start. We still have a couple more minutes. I'm gonna wait. Looks like there's about 41 people with us right now. Yeah. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm so excited.
I know. I'm pumped.
Okay, let me make this widescreen. Again, this is our test run, guys, so bear with us. Hi, Rachel. How vertigo friendly / adaptable is this routine? Because I've tried to do yoga before, but no one is willing to work with me.
So I think the best thing if you have any sort of like pre-existing condition, any sort of thing you're concerned about, is by all means, you're the expert in that. But for things like vertigo, a couple things that I would, off the top of my head, have you be conscious of is like your head below your heart, coming up too fast, holding your breath. Those are all things you want to avoid. So avoid, if we're doing downward dog and that's not working for you, you're going to go into like a tabletop position, like all fours, hands and knees, right? So I can cue things like that for you, but just be mindful of your vertigo. Like you're the expert. You're going to know when
if something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Right. That's a good lesson in life in general, not just for your yoga practice.
Right.
Oh, Amanda, we're so excited too. Yeah. How many tattoos do you have? I don't know. I lost track.
I have 2.
We've got 2. I've got I know I have more than 10.
Aren't I getting a 3rd one though soon?
Yes. Okay. We're going to try to do a girls trip to get some tattoos this September.
She thinks she's right about this. Kelly's right about this. I do want some sort of yoga related inspired tattoo, but I don't know what that is.
So Malena, quick some quick thoughts about her. So she was actually the first in-person, I don't know if you know this.
I think I might.
She was the first in-person teacher that I started taking classes from. I actually had never really practiced outside of my living room until I met her and finally took one of her classes. And that's why when everyone was asking me if this is going to be beginner friendly, if it would be okay. And that's why I chose Malena and asked her to come on the channel, was because she's really good with making sure they're all inclusive for beginners and more experienced and all of that. Like, no matter what, I think you're going to get a workout.
Yeah.
And have fun.
And the most important thing is you're going to be breathing.
Yes.
Conscious
I forget to breathe.
breathing. That is the most important part of the practice.
I always forget that part, and apparently it's important.
Yeah. Advanced asanas or advanced postures only happen once you've gotten really good at breathing. So just heads up. Yes. So we're going to focus on breathing.
So we are at, one more
55
minute.
people.
I know. Aren't you excited? I'm excited. You guys, so I'm going to just say this and preface this. My neighbors who are all outside could probably tell you this too. I got a little bit of a potty mouth, so if you have children around, I will try my hardest not to say anything bad. But with that being said, sometimes Malena can make me want to say bad things. Well,
and then that's not free.
Oh, God. So I can't promise, but I will try my hardest to keep it PG. But yeah, just I'm forewarning you right now. Like, you may at some point want to curse at us, and because I do sometimes when I'm doing these practices. But okay, so I think we're about ready to go. John says lighting is great.
Great.
He said put your phones on vibrate. That was me. My phone was like going off. I apologize if you're hearing that. But I think we're going to start. If there's any issue with sound or being able to hear us, just watch. A lot of it, like even when I listen to somebody telling me to get into poses, I don't really know what all the words or names are for things. So for me, I just use the person in front of me as guidance. So since we are in front of you, just look at us and don't look at me too closely. Look at her. I don't do everything right. And yeah, we should have fun. Hi, Rose.
I need my glasses.
Do you need to see? How do I turn? I need to. I'm gonna hold on, guys. I'm gonna quit my emails so they stop dinging on your guys.
Oh, Hydro Flasks, where did you get yours? I don't know. I actually got mine on like a different wholesale site. I didn't get it directly from Hydro Flask.
I got mine from Amazon. I have a link somewhere if you're interested. It's probably an affiliate link though, so just beware. Okay. All right. So it's 6:01. I want to stay pretty on top of the time. There's 60 people here.
Which is incredible.
Excited. Okay. All
right.
Oh, and then after this class, hang around. John and I are going to... John and I, Malena and I, he just popped up in my thing, so I need to, oh my God.
Here's the thing, John is the one who's making phones blow up.
He is. He's telling me to mute my texting, but he's the one who's texting me right now, which I think
coming through on the computer
is really ridiculous. So now I need to quit my messages. Okay. He's so, oh my gosh, tell him to stop. Oh, okay, let me see how I can.
Now he's taking screen grabs of us and sending them to
Yeah, this is my, they all know John. He's a butt. Okay.
Is it that messages?
No, it's this right here, but I don't know how to like get the stupid notifications to stop.
Wait, go up to messages and mute it or something.
Can I do that?
Yeah. Messages, go to messages.
Okay, so again, guys.
Preferences or something?
This is why we're doing this dry run. Oh, okay. Message received sound. None.
Just
can there be zero? None. Okay.
There we go.
Notify me. No. All right. Let's see if that worked. All right, John, go ahead and send me another text message. We'll see if that works. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. I think we're good. Is everyone here? 69 people. Woo-hoo! Let's get to 100. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, why not? Let's get
It's really 100. Making my day better. Oh, exciting. Okay.
Yoga's awesome.
All right. Rose, we finally get to do yoga together. I'm so excited.
It worked.
It worked. We can't hear him. All right.
Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So first things first, we have to kind of let go of all the jumble. So make sure, I'm going to talk kind of louder. And we'll be following along. So a couple of principles that I want to bring in or integrate because we'll work on building. So Ashtanga yoga, if you're familiar with it, if you're not, Ashtanga means 8 limbs. It's the 8-limb practice. So in Sanskrit, Ashta means 8, Anga is limb. So Ashtanga yoga. What we will practice are building blocks, and that's how you build foundation, definition, experience, and your practice is by stacking on those, or building. But a couple of things that we'll do in the beginning of this practice are what we call integration or extracurriculars. There are some things that help with all of us, whether you're experienced or beginners, but it helps you kind of get ready for the practice. So we're going to do that. So one of the first things that I like to do, especially if I'm, with a new group of people, or we're outside, or we're on live stream, is what I call just being, and it literally is that. So what I'll have all of you do is come to a comfortable seat. So you can do this in a lot of different ways. You can sit on a block if you have one at home. You can sit on a pillow or cushion. You can roll up the back of your mat. But you want to get in a comfortable space. And the purpose of this is to literally start to bring your senses from being so external, right, to coming in a little bit. So becoming less attached to the sounds, to the sights, to the smells, taste, touch, all those things. You want to kind of come back in, because we live in an extremely hyper-stimulated world, especially in a pandemic when, thankfully we have technology, but also we need to detach it. So just being, I'm going to look at my watch, and to just be is exactly what it sounds like. You can either keep your eyes open and find a point of focus in front of you, or you can close your eyes. The palms will be up, but all you're going to do is just breathe and just start to bring your awareness to your breath. Start letting go of all the things you were rushing from, all the things you have to do after this, and you're literally just being. So we'll give it a minute right now. Maybe you just start to take a few deeper breaths. Good. All right. So blink your eyes open. How does that feel for you? Did it give you a second to pause, to kind of stop a little bit of the anxiety about practicing? You can use that technique of just being anytime throughout the day. So if homeschooling is getting too difficult, if you're at a red light, just don't close your eyes. But like if you're in your parking, sometimes I do it in my car before I get out of the car to go into my house. So that way I can just like leave whatever was, just be for a few minutes, and then step into my next space fully present, right? So that's something that you can use all the time. It's great to teach to kids as well. For kids, we call it the mindful minute. So you're just trying to be mindful for just 1 minute, right? And it's great to do. So now that we're ready to go, we'll go through some of these extracurriculars, some of these warm-ups. So go ahead and shift to all fours. And from here, you're going to bring your big toes to touch. And then sit your hips back and your knees are really wide, about as wide as the mat. And we walk our hands out to child's pose. So your forehead goes down on the mat, just like Kelly's doing. and you're going to press your hips back toward your heels, but reach your fingertips forward. Lift your elbows up off the mat. If you're feeling any tightness in your hip flexors, that's okay. Just keep breathing. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Good. Now we're going to start to bring awareness to our breathing. So from right here, I want you to start to breathe from your belly. That means you seal your lips and you breathe through your nose. And you breathe with your belly button. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. So what you'll do is as you inhale, you're going to let your belly sag toward your mat, right? And fill up. And as you exhale, you're going to draw your navel back up to your spine and use your transverse abdominis to help corset your ribcage back. Inhale, drop your belly button toward the mat. Exhale, pull your navel back up to your spine. Okay? So do that for about 5 more breaths right here. Inhaling through the nose, belly button goes to the mat. Exhaling through the nose, navel comes to the spine. Good. 4 more. Keep breathing. Good. So we want to try to take the breath out of our shoulders and breathe from your belly, more diaphragmatic breathing. Using the big diaphragm muscle to breathe. Good. Now take a big inhale through your nose, belly button sags, and exhale, walk your hands to the right side of your mat, stretching the whole left side of your body. So you're stretching from your left pinky finger all the way down to the top of the left hip, the top of the iliac crest, the top of the hip bone. Keep breathing. Think about breathing heavier into the left rib cage. Think about spreading the ribs. There's muscles in between each ribs, and you want to stretch through there. Still breathing from your navel, breathing from your belly button. Good. And go ahead and inhale, come back through center. Exhale to the other side. Yep, very good. Keep stretching. Stretch from your right pinky down through your right hip. Keep breathing. Give it about 2 more breaths. I'm going to check comments, make sure you guys can hear us. Good. Sound is a little weird. Okay, I'll keep talking louder. Yeah. Inhale, come back to center.
Come play. Sorry, I'm getting my neighbor to come play with us.
Yeah.
She just had a baby too, so I'm really excited for her.
Good. Okay, so you guys, we did our child's pose stretches. So I'll keep talking louder. We'll give it a minute. We're gonna let her come and join us. So do you want me in the middle?
Yeah, I can scoot.
All right, we're gonna add another mat. Stay with us here. Stay with us. Perfect. All right.
The more the merrier.
So cool. So that function of breathing, we'll talk about this for a minute while she comes over. But breathing from your navel, right? People don't do it as often because they don't think it's that attractive or flattering. But that's how you want to breathe from your navel, right? Not up in your shoulders, not really shallow, like we tend to be mouth breathers a lot, which is not the proper way to breathe. So when you think about it, you inhale, your belly button comes out. Exhale, pull it back. Good. All right, she's coming to join us. Yay. We're going to keep this going. She's like, what did I get myself into?
You're going to exercise for the first time since I had a baby in front of 70 people.
Great. Yay.
This is my neighbor, Lindsay. And this is Malena. You saw it. You went to one of the classes
I
downtown this week.
did. All right, so
Okay.
Lindsay,
I'm not inexperienced.
That's okay. I got this.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, so we're coming back down. We just went through child's pose, so stay with us. So we're in it, right? We just went from center, right, left. We did both sides. And we talked about breathing from our navels, right? So inhale, belly button comes forward. Exhale, draw the navel back. So we're going to keep that mindfulness the entire practice. Conscious breathing is the hardest part of this practice, okay? You're going to get sick of me telling you to breathe. Now come back up to all fours, tabletop. Now we're gonna link your breath with movement. So inhale, drop your belly button sags, your chin goes up, right? And exhale, your belly button draws to your spine, your chin to your chest. So keep doing that. Breathe from your nose. Exhale through your nose. Keep going. So it makes sense, right? When you inhale, your belly goes down. When you exhale, the navel comes up. So keep breathing. Do about 4 more. Move at your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. So exaggerate the movements, right? Don't be afraid. Press firmly into your hands. Chin goes up. Round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale. It's so hard for me to talk and breathe at the same time.
I'm already tired.
Good. All right. Couple more. It's all good. All right. So come back to center. So neutral spine. And now we'll warm up our shoulders. So some of you, if you have tight shoulders, if you have tight trapezius muscles, you might have to prop yourself up a little bit. Inhale, your right arm to the sky, right? Try not to let your right hip pop out. You want to try to keep your hips squared, open your wingspan. And then as you exhale, thread the needle. Your right arm comes under, and your left arm comes up. Okay, good. Now turn your palm to face back. So, yep. And then bend your elbow, find the opposite hip crease. Yep. Keep breathing. Good. Inhale and exhale. And every exhale, you're trying to twist and look up over the left shoulder. Good. Keep breathing. Awesome. Good. 3, 2 more. 4. Breathe from your nose. 5. Unwind, left hand down. Inhale the right arm back up. Keep your hips square, open. Exhale back down. Left side, inhale, left arm up. Stretch, exhale, thread. Right arm up. Bend the elbow. Good. Keep breathing. 5 deep breaths. Inhale, how we doing? Exhale, 1. Rose says this is the best thing that's ever happened on the internet. 2.
Love you, Rose.
3. Keep breathing, keep twisting. Use your exhale and your muscles to twist, right? So that's where the twist is coming from. Good. There you go. Good. Unwind, the right palm comes down. Inhale the left arm back up. And exhale back to tabletop. All right, so we're going to warm up our core, our belly, a little bit more. So right now in neutral, your hands are shoulder width apart, shoulders over elbows over wrists, right? Knees below hips. From here, I want you to imagine, so stay where you are. I want you to imagine that your spine is the midline of your body, right? Because it is. And imagine that your limbs on the right side don't cross over that. Your limbs on the left don't cross over that. But everything is pulling inward toward that line, right? So from here, extend your right arm forward, thumb to the sky.
I don't like this.
And you're going to imagine that the midline is now a wall, right? And you're pressing in, you're engaging your pec muscles, you're pressing in, and then you're lifting the left leg, all right? And you're flexing your foot, so your toes are down, engaging your glutes and your hamstrings. So go ahead and take a big inhale. And as you exhale, pull your elbow to the knee, same motion of the breath. Inhale, lengthen, belly goes down. Exhale, elbow to knee. Good, keep going. Inhale, lengthen, good, long line. Exhale, pull in. Good, 3 more. Inhale, draw the navel down. Exhale, then draw the navel up. Good, 2 more. Very good. Good, inhale out one more time. Pause. And exhale back to tabletop. Good. Left side, left arm up, extend the right heel. Okay, so the left hand presses in, the right heel kicks back. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. Keep going. Inhale, look forward at your thumb. Exhale, follow your thumb all the way under you. Good. 3 more. Keep going. Breathing. Exhale, use your breath. Move. 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. And land with the arm out. Pause. One last steady pause. Exhale, down. Good. Now, okay, so I'm about to be ready. I'm ready for the comments to just stream in.
I'm ready.
So the next thing that we're going to do, I really became more aware of my wrist health after I had surgery on my elbow and wrist last year, well, 2018. And the physical therapist told me, he said, I'm going to have the most job security of my life because people don't take care of their wrist, and we do so much typing and texting, right? So these wrist warm-ups, I recommend everybody do every single day. So from a neutral position, your fingers are spread wide, okay? From here, all you'll do is hinge forward until you feel a big stretch on your forearm.
Oh my God.
And exhale back. Good. Inhale forward. So don't sink your hips, right? Keep your core engaged. Come back. You're shifting your body weight over. You're stretching the forearms. Good. 2 more. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Relax your face. I look a little angry. I knew it was going to happen.
It's just my resting bitch face. I'm resting in it.
All right, last one. One more big stretch forward. Keep breathing. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Yes,
Right.
we all need it. All right, come back to neutral. Now you're going to take your hands from neutral out 90 degrees. So fingertips point out, heels of the hands in.
Thumbs up.
Yep. And now you'll rock. Now I don't want you to be lazy. Don't lazy rock. But literally think about shifting all the way to the right and then all the way to the left. Good. Keep going.
It's such a simple thing, and I'm struggling.
Honestly, we have to do this. And it's interesting because 2 of the biggest complaints about yoga are that my wrists hurt and my shoulders hurt. And that's relevant because you don't use them often. So we need to warm things up. That's why we did that shoulder stretch. That's why we're doing this. It seems elementary, but especially for a lot of you who might be homeschooling right now, doing virtual online, have your kids do this. Especially,
That's a good idea.
All right, so now, here we go. You're going to go another 90 degrees and turn your fingertips to face you.
Crazy.
Hilarious.
Oh my God.
She's like that laughing and crying at the same time.
I'm not crying. You don't know that emoji that you don't know if it's crying or laughing.
All right, from here, keep breathing. Now this one's it's a little trickier, right? All you're going to do is lean back enough until you feel the heel of the hands pop off the mat. I'm trying to lean back. Keep breathing. You've got this. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep moving. I know, it's okay. You're doing great.
That's why you're
here since I'm off.
So keep doing it. You got it. Oh, I'm sure. So what do you do? So if you work in anything, in any career where you're using your hands in a repetitive motion, this is so important to do. I promise. Keep breathing. Stay with it. You're doing great. Breathe. Okay.
My shoulders are getting such a workout right now. Is that supposed to be happening?
Yeah, engage your core. Keep your core engaged the whole time. All right, now you're going to go 180 degrees and then in another 90. So what is that, 270 or something? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't do math. All right, so now you're rock. Ooh, usually my fingers kind of cramp. That's okay. Rock right and left. Keep breathing. John needs to do this too.
John does need to do this.
John.
I can hear him getting beer out of the garage. That's where he's at.
All right, you're doing great. stay with it. I know this might, again, not seem that exciting, of yoga, but it's so important.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Keep watching and we'll get there.
Building blocks. All right, now come back to neutral. This is when you're really not going to like me, but you'll love me later. You won't love it now. All right, so we have to counter that stretch. So much of yoga is stretching, then counter stretching, right? So I'm laughing because I know it's going to happen. Take your hands, okay? You can do this one hand at a time. You're going to take the full back of your hand down, palm up, okay? You don't have to do both at the same time. You can take it easy. There's no way. You can do it.
Oh my God.
You can do it. You can do it. Just take it easy. Try.
Oh my God.
And then now you're going to rock that. Okay, you got it.
I am so sorry, everyone.
Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Holding your breath is a fear response, okay? So that's a good thing to teach kids too, because you know how kids can get so like red in the face? You gotta teach kids how to know
anything about that.
So Lindsay has a toddler and a newborn basically at home.
Coping. We all have to learn how to cope, right? Breathing is a great way. How are we doing? Are we doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's okay, Lindsay.
I'd rather deal with it.
All right, from here, you're going to point your hands in, fingertips in, but you're still down. My shoulders are so
I'll be quiet.
You're fine. Keep breathing. Stay with it. You're doing great. All right, just because you guys are doing so well, I'm gonna do one that I wasn't gonna do today. Good. All right, how are we doing? Which, by the way, you shouldn't be commenting right now if you're watching. You should be doing this.
You should be fixing the problem, not causing more of it.
I see comments popping up and like, questionable, okay? All right, now come back. All right, and then you can come off of your wrist. Go ahead and come up. Take fists, right? Make fists. And I want you to roll it out. It might feel warm, crunchy, a little bit painful.
That's what you want to hear.
But the reason why, I'll tell you why, okay? So when you compress a joint, right, you're stopping blood flow momentarily, which isn't a bad thing. And then when you release it, you're allowing fresh oxygenated blood to flood the area, and that's what helps. Oxygen is what heals, right? So you're doing that on purpose, and you have fluid that surrounds your joints. So it's a synovial joint. There's fluid in there to help it move. So we're just trying to work it out a little bit. All right, so this is weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird, but it works. So you're coming back to neutral. Okay, and I don't know if y'all can see my hands. I think you can. So what you're going to try to do is pull your mat in with your fingers, but notice how my knuckles are up, right? Like if you're on your computer or phone, you can zoom in, but you're gonna try to drag. And the idea is to pull, and you're working these forearm muscles and the muscles in your palm.
Yeah, those don't get worked out ever, apparently.
Drag. You're trying to drag your fingers across your mat. It's so weird. If you feel like sometimes your knuckles are like, I can't get them to go up. That's, you know how some people can get trigger finger? That's when the tendon gets stuck. This helps prevent that. Keep pulling.
My arms are going to be so sore tomorrow.
Come on now, pop that knuckle up.
I'm trying.
Keep your hand down and pull the knuckles up. There, that's better. Good job. All right, so now the next one that we're doing adds to the weirdness. So I'm going to turn, well, you should be able to see this, right? But this is weird, but it works. You're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. So you're pressing the joint, you're in the finger joint, right? The furthest knuckle back, the first knuckle, and you're lifting and lowering. Yep, and keeping your fingers down. So does that make sense? So after I had surgery on my right arm, I can hardly do this. It's really weird. With this hand. So there's just a deficiency there, right? That Your dominant hand will act different than your non-dominant hand.
My dominant's tighter. for
Yep,
some
me
reason.
too. So your dominant hand might be tighter.
Huh.
And my dominant hand was also the injured hand, so that stinks. So, okay, now we're stretched out. All right?
That was a stretch. That was a stretch, Lindsay.
All right, now you're
I
going,
hear my husband.
now you're going to curl your toes under, okay? And press back to a modified child's pose. So your knees are still wide and your heels are still pretty close, but you're pressing back to press out the ball mound of the big toe, the arch of the foot, the heel, the Achilles, all the way up to your calf. So keep pressing back. Breathing in and out through your nose. You're doing great. Stay here for another breath. Now take a big inhale. And as you exhale, just straighten your legs, lift to downward facing dog. All right, so they're going to demo and I'm going to talk, okay? So keep breathing. All right, so big things about downward facing dog. You might not be able to see right now, but listen. So hands are shoulder width apart. So look up at your hands and imagine you're lining your index finger up with your armpit, okay? So if your hands are wide, that's not gonna work. If they're really close together, that's not gonna work, right? Spread your fingers really wide and go ahead and soften your knees if you're newer to downward facing dog. The reason why is because I'd rather you have a long spine and bent knees than straight legs and have your hips too far forward, right? So versus a nice long spine and bent knees versus straight legs and being almost in a plank. Does that make sense? So keep breathing right here. Your feet are hips with distance. Your big toe lines up with your hip. Good.
Got this,
You
Lindsay.
got it. Keep breathing. Oh, it's okay.
My
Nobody,
feet are so gross right now.
nobody can see your petting.
No one can see that.
Good. Keep breathing. Take another big breath in. Press through all 10 fingers, right? Because we just did all those exercises. Draw your navel in. Your shoulder blades are wide across your back, right? So you're externally rotating the upper arm bone. Good. Good. Now look forward towards your hands. Walk to a ragdoll. So your feet are hips with distance still. Bend your knees, fold, grab opposite elbows. You can sway right and left.
Oh, yeah.
Keep pulling your belly button up, right? Bend your knees a lot if you want to. You can even slightly bend one knee and then the other. Good. Good. You're doing great. Very good. And from here, drop your fingertips to the mat. Toe heel your feet together so your big toes are touching. Now slowly roll up by tucking your chin. You want it to take like forever, right? You want to roll up really slow, engage all the muscles on the back side of your body as you come up. Keep inhaling all the way to the top. And then once you get to the top, keep going. So that means shrug your shoulders up to your ears, tense up your fists, tense up your quads. Exhale, roll your shoulder blades down your spine, palms forward. You're trying to get to anatomically neutral, right? Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades down. Then inhale, shrug up. Exhale, pull your shoulder blades into your back pockets, palms forward, settle in, close your eyes. So this pose is called Tadasana or mountain pose. And draw a line from your middle finger on your right hand all the way up to your shoulder, to the crown of your head, down the left shoulder, left arm to the left middle finger. That's the mountain peak. Okay? This is where you're stating, like you're standing on a top of a mountain declaring your purpose for why you showed up on this crazy YouTube yoga class. Like, why did we show up, right? Like, sometimes we don't even ask ourselves. We go through the motions and we're like, why did I show up? Why am I doing what I'm doing? What is the reason why? So figure that out right now. Give yourself another breath. What do you want?
Beer.
Later. Good. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. And so for this class, we were going to go through full minimum daily requirement, which is the MDR. I don't think we're there necessarily yet. So what we'll do is we'll modify sun salutation A, and then we'll develop the full sun salutation, and then we'll go ahead and take it to the mat. We'll do some back bends, forward fold. We'll do a breathing exercise, and then we'll round things out. All right? That's where we're going. So connecting breath with movement. That's the whole challenge of the practice, okay? So hands come down. We're modifying sun salutation A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Follow your thumbs with your eyes. Exhale, pull your navel back toward your spine. Fold, tuck your chin. Inhale, look up halfway, flatten your back. So let's pause here and talk about it. So notice how parallel my spine is with the ground, and you're drawing your navel up. This is actually a prep pose for your chaturanga that comes later. So if your shoulders are forward, think about what we did in Tadasana. You pulled your shoulder blades back and down. Keep them right there. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, press through your feet. Reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, back to stand. Very good. And again. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, pull your navel back, fold. Inhale, look up, halfway, prepare. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, press through your feet, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, back to stand. Good. 3 more. Keep going. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold all the way. Good. Inhale, look up. Prepare, draw the navel. Exhale. Good. Fold again. Good. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, back to center. So this is a great way to modify the sun salutation. We're going to do 2 more, but this time we're going to focus on tempo. Tempo is really difficult at first, right? But then once you figure it out, it gets a little easier. So by tempo, we're talking about the length of the inhale compared to the length of the exhale. We want to try to even them out so they're both about 4 counts, okay? Primarily, we're a lot of shallow breathers, right? We're trying to lengthen and smooth out the edges. So we're going to do a 4-4 tempo, okay? So inhale, arms up, 2, 3, feel the top, 4, exhale, fold, 2, 3, tuck the chin, 4, inhale, look up, 2, prepare, 3, 4, exhale, fold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, press through the feet, 2, arms up, 3, all the way, 4, exhale, back to center. Good, and again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, feel the top before you exhale, 2, 3, 4, good, inhale, lengthen, 2, look up, 3, 4, exhale, fold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, press through your feet, reach up, 2, all the way, 3, feel the top, 4, exhale, back to center. 1 more on your own. You've got this. Here we go. Very good. How'd that feel? Good? How does it feel to link the breath a little bit? I heard your shoulder. I heard that. Feels good, right? It feels good to lengthen. It can be challenging to lengthen the exhale, but we're going to keep working on it. All right, now we're adding on. So we're going to add the chaturanga push-up, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. We'll show modifications along the way, and then we'll be done with that part. I know. Never mind.
This is actually my favorite part. This next part is my favorite.
I used to loathe sun salutations. I would get bored, but then I learned to appreciate the repetitive nature of it. And then that's when it becomes meditative. All right? Here we go. So we're adding on. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway, prepare. Here's where we add on. Fold, plant the hands, step back to a high plank. This is where the wrist exercises come in. From the high plank, you're going to shift forward slightly, draw your navel back as you exhale and lower to your mat. Super important. Stay here. We're going to go back down. Stay here real quick.
Is there like, let's go?
then my teacher would say, Sharath Joyce would say, don't be in a hurry. Why are you in a hurry? Okay, so you just lowered to your belly, right? A couple key things here. Your elbows should be back almost at a 90-degree angle. So the wrist is below the elbow. So you can take your back there.
Oh snap! I've been doing this wrong for a long time.
Right? So same thing. So think about Tadasana mountain pose. Remember how we would draw our shoulder blades back in together? Think of that same motion. Your shoulder blades down your back, okay? And then inhale, press straight into the heels of your hands and press to upward facing dog. Different experience.
Oh my god,
right?
I'm so high.
Right?
So
Good.
different.
Good. Now you can stay on your knees, shift to curl your toes, straighten your legs, exhale. 5 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Lengthen the exhale. Inhale, slow exhale. Better. Look forward. Inhale, walk to your hands, just like we did with ragdoll, only you're coming back to the halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, press through your feet, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, hands to center. All right, let's do that again. All right, top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, draw the navel back, step back, lower down, all the way. Uncurl your toes, check out your hands, right? You want cricket arms. Inhale, press straight down, look up. Exhale, curl your toes under, straighten your legs. Good, big breath in. Exhale, 1. Stay with it. 2. Good. 3. Good. Keep it up. I'm just checking your comments, making sure you can hear us. 4. If your wrists hurt, then stop for sure. If you are, if you're in downward facing dog, you can always come to your knees, come to tabletop if you want. Psoas muscle, we could do a whole 3-hour session on the psoas muscle, but we'll get to some of that for sure. Good. In 5, look forward. Inhale, step to a halfway lift. Looking up. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, press down, reach up. Exhale, back to center. Very good. All right, so from here, we're going to add the 4/4 tempo, and you'll notice where you might feel your breath is lagging or you're hurrying, right? Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, fold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, look up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, hands down, step back. 2, 3, lower down. 4. Inhale, press into the palms. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, downward dog. 2, 3, 4. Good. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good job. 3. Good. 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 4. And 5. Look forward. Inhale, step 2, 3, halfway up. 4. Exhale, fold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, press down, reach up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale back to center. Good. All right, I'm going to watch. We're going to do it again. All right. Inhale, arms up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, fold. 2, tuck your chin. 3, 4. Inhale, eyes up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, plant the hand. Step back. 2. Lower down. 3 to your belly. 4. Inhale, press down, chest up. 2, 3. Feel the top. 4. Exhale, hips high. 2, 3, 4. Very good. Keep breathing. You're doing great. 1. Good. 2, 3, 4. Good. 5. Look forward. Inhale, step. 2. Other foot. 3. Halfway up. 4. Exhale, fold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, press down, reach up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, back to center. All right, last one on your own. Do the best you can. And you know more than you think, all right? Just follow your breath. One big tip, inhales move away from the earth. Exhales move toward the earth. Yeah, so that's like,
that was a good tip.
if you're ever like, where do I go? Well, if you're inhaling, you're probably going up. If you're exhaling, you're probably going down. All right? Right. Little nuggets. We're going to like drop little nuggets along the way, like a little trail of graham cracker crumbs. All right, here we go. Make sure you're looking at your belly button. Good job. Way to go. So we just did what in Sanskrit is Surya Namaskar A, which is Sun Salutation A, and it's the first official warm-up in the Ashtanga Yoga practice. So you always do Sun Salutation A, 5 of those, and then maybe next time we're going to talk about Sun Salutation B. But for now, we're going to take it down to the mat. However you want to get there. Dude, we could talk about jump throughs, jump backs.
Those are fun.
But not today. So we're just going to sit. Okay, so a couple of key seated poses that we'll go through, and then we'll go into back bends, forward fold, and then round it out, is Dandasana. It's seated staff pose. So many of us, especially now, we're sitting at desks, we're driving in cars, and we look like this, right? And we're doing like a major disservice to our spinal health. So from here, this pose is meant to line you up, to use your core to help hold the trunk of your body up. So flex your feet so much so your toes pull back and your heels come up. So right away, your hip flexors and quads are engaged, okay? So now for an exercise, I want everyone to put your hands at your hip flexors, right? So you should feel it, they feel tight. Now, externally rotate your femur. Look what happens, right? Relax, your legs are relaxed. And then internally rotate and flex your feet. So feel the difference? Second thing I want you to think about is actually getting your femur under you more, right? So look what I just did. You can't see my feet, but like I pulled my right leg under me more. Pull your left leg under you more. You're literally sitting up taller. Now take your hands, rest them right by your hips. So you're not leaning back. You're not resting on your hands. You're setting them there as a guide. And then you're using your elbows and pulling your shoulder blades back in together, draw your navel up, chin parallel to the mat. You're still flexing your feet. You're engaging your belly, holding for 5 deep breaths. I'd rather have you lean forward a touch than lean back. And you'll hold. If you hold this for 5 breaths, doing it not being a lazy Ashtangi, you'll fatigue. So hold your legs. Hold for another 3. Still breathing from your belly. 4. Shaking it?
Yep.
Good. 5. Now hold the shape and lift your arms up. No! Lift, hold, draw your navel in, lift, 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 lift. Come higher out of your hip socket. Now imagine I karate chop you under your belly button. You're gonna come forward and then down. So bend your knees to reach your toes. So I know a lot of you might be like, I can't touch my toes. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Why not? Now I want you to think about lengthening your spine and pulling your shoulders away from your ears. So if your knees are bent, that's totally fine because it's a good example of this is not right, this is right. Right? See the difference? Long spine, rounded spine. Long spine, happy spine. Good. So from here, you want to think about your chest coming forward, right? Your navel coming back. Hold here, 5 breaths. 1, good. Keep drawing your shoulder blades down. 2, better. 3. You're trying to lengthen the lower back. Even you want to actually keep thinking about your nose and eyes coming forward, and then eventually the gaze will come down. Good. 4, nice. And 5, inhale, head up. Exhale, we're gonna do a second grip. So from here, grab your feet like crab claws from the outside in. Okay, the purpose is a lot of times we pronate our feet and the pinky edge of the foot comes forward. We actually wanna pull it back, press the ball mound of the big toe forward. You can still bend your knees and then fold. I guarantee you'll feel a different stretch on the back side of your legs if you're flexing your feet back, pulling the pinky edge back, and pressing the ball mound forward. Good. 3 more breaths. Good. Keep going. Very good. Good job. And 5. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale here. So again, I talked about how we counter stretches, right? So Paschimottanasana is what we just did. Intense west-facing stretch. Now we do the opposite, east-facing. So we'll modify today. Plate your feet. Remember doing like the crab walk as a kid? Kind of like that. Your fingertips face you, and your heels are pretty close to underneath your knees. And as you, I'll preface this. Don't be afraid, okay? You're going to lift your hips and drop your head back and open up your shoulders, okay? You'll lift with your quads and your core, all right? Inhale, lift up, drop your head back. Oh my God. Look all the way back. You got it. 5 breaths. 1, stretching out your throat chakra. 2, Jalandhara Bandha. 3, keep looking toward your third eye in between your eyebrows. 5, exhale, lower down. Good job. All right, now we're going to lay back and modify back bends. So lay back. So we're modifying Setu Bandhasana or bridge pose. Lay back. Super important. Bring your heels really close to your glutes. Good. Feet are hips width distance. From here, what you'll do is I want you to think about driving your feet forward on the mat. Like you're pressing down and into your mat. And when you do that, you'll inhale and lift your hips up off the mat. And you're going to press so much into your feet that it'll force your chest, your sternum to come toward your chin. And use your quads and your core and try to turn off your glutes because they're big muscles and they really want to help, but we don't need them. So use your legs and think about pressing back. Good. Press, press, press. Good. 4. Lower down. 5. Good. We're gonna do 2 more just like that. All right. Inhale, press up. This time, interlace your hands underneath you, creating a fist. And then rock your shoulders to get your shoulder blades under you a little bit more. You can press down into your pinkies to help lift you up. Good. 3. Yes, yes. Turn those quads on. 4, 5. Lower down. Take a breath. We're gonna do 2 more. Yes. You did. All right, here we go. Inhale, back up. Use your legs. Use your legs. Use your legs. Interlace your hands. Now keep bringing your sternum to your chin. Press, press, press. Drive into your feet. Lift. 3. Now use your inner thighs to keep your knees in. 4. Keep breathing. 5. Lower down. Pause. So back bends make us nicer people to be around. That's so true.
They help with lower back pain for me.
Exactly. So number 1 thing, if somebody's really cranky or in a bad mood or in pain, ask them if it's their back. And they'll probably
bend over.
Sorry. Yeah,
All right, last one. Inhale, press up, press up, press up, press up, press up. Heels flat. That's another key thing. I see that a lot. People want to compensate for tight hip flexors by lifting up onto their toes. Don't do that. Use your feet. Good. 4, 4.5, 5. Lower down. Good. Come to rest. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug.
Oh.
You can draw circles on the sky or ceiling wherever you are. Good. Oh, this might help the psoas muscle for our friend who was asking. It's deep. The psoas is really deep. Now rock and roll the length of your spine, gain a little momentum to come to a seated forward fold. I like to bear hug my legs since this is a little more restorative. And you can round your spine here. And you're going to hold this for 10 deep breaths. Because now we're coming toward the closing part of the practice. So we hold the postures a little longer. Good. 3, 4. Let your breath come back to an even tempo. 5. Very good. Still thinking about when you exhale, you're drawing your navel away from your legs. Good. And imagine that you're blowing up a balloon in your low back. So every inhale, you fill up that balloon, and every exhale, you can fold in a little deeper. Good. 7, 8, good. 9, and 10. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale here. Coming to seated posture. So before we close the practice, I'll offer you guys a breathing, a pranayama exercise that normally I do like laying in bed before I go to bed. This is a great way to help get you ready to sleep, to help calm things down. We'll do this exercise, and then we'll seal off our practice, take a little rest, and then we'll have a chat. All right? So from here, you know how I talked about that 4-4 tempo? We're going to add on to that. We're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and try to exhale for 8. Trying to lengthen the exhale to an 8 count. I guarantee you, like your fight or flight is gonna like turn on, be like, I can't exhale, I need to inhale, I can't exhale, I need to inhale. But just relax, just relax. It'll be all right. We're trying to turn that off. It'll be okay. So from here, sit comfortably, palms up, tall spine, and you're going to inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold the inhalation. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. 6, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale slow. Inhale 4. Navel goes out. Hold. Slowly pull the navel back. Last one. Hold. Exhale. Let your eyes open. All right, closing off the practice, we're going to take your right palm, thumb down, palm back. You're going to imagine that you're pressing against a wall because you're pushing the arm back and trying to bring the head of the humerus forward, and then turn your palm and bend the elbow, find the opposite hip, okay? Left arm, same thing, palm down, press like you're pressing against a wall, point the shoulder forward, grab the opposite elbow, you can grab your wrists, you can grab your forearms, and you'll fold forward. This is Yoga Mudra, folding forward, sealing off the practice for 10 breaths, right? So these are just normal inhale, 1, exhale, right? Exhale, fold forward, 10 breaths. So 1 breath is 1 inhale and 1 exhale. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly come up. The most important breaths of your entire day are going to happen right now, okay? The purpose of all of the physical asanas and poses is to get to a space where we can sit without physical ailment or mental distraction, all right? So close your eyes, palms face up. I want you to envision that your breath has a color. So give your breath a color. Whatever color comes to mind first. And I want you to follow this color as you inhale from the base of your spine, moving it all the way up through the trunk of your body, your throat, your third eye to the crown of your head. And then exhale, follow that light all the way back down. So as you inhale, you're actually pressing into your sit bones, lifting the breath up to the crown of the head, and exhaling down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gently blink your eyes open. Go ahead and lay back. Take rest all the way. Lay back. You gotta soak up all the yoga, right? Let your toes fall out, your heels in, palms up, shoulders under you. And I want you to find stillness for 120 seconds. Take a big inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, feel the front side of your body melt into the back side of your body. Back side of your body melts into the mat. The mat melts into the floor. Floor melts into the earth. You begin to withdraw from your senses. Stepping away from judging what's coming in, the information that's coming in, and just observing it and letting it go. So the things that you hear, the things you smell, you taste, you see on the backs of your eyelids, feel. Not attaching yourself to the information, you're just observing it and letting it go. Use that same awareness of withdrawing from your senses, detaching with your thoughts. So as the thought comes up, don't try to judge it or hold on to it. Just observe it and let it go. Observation, awareness proves to us that we're not the thing that we're observing. You're not the tree because you can observe the tree. The flower or the bird or the house or the car or even the person in front of you. The same thing is true with your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Whenever you're ready, without opening your eyes, just start to deepen your breath. Come back to your feeling body. Maybe your belly rises and falls a little deeper. Maybe brush your thumb to each fingertip. Wiggling your toes. Bringing fresh, oxygenated blood to your limbs. Maybe rock your head left and right. Whenever you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up over your head for a big, good evening stretch. Stretching from your fingertips to your toes. You're 2 inches taller and 10 pounds lighter from any fear, guilt, resentment, any of the negative stuff. and roll onto your right side to fetal posture. And then gently pressing up to a comfortable seat. The divine light in me honors the divine light in each of you. Namaste. Good job! Way to go! You did it! What color was your light? What color was your breath? Blue?
Rainbow.
Rainbow?
I was stressing out picking one color, so I just imagined a rainbow coming in out of me.
Well, or maybe that's white.
All the colors.
All the colors.
All the
White has
colors.
all the colors.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what everyone else picked.
So hang around if you want. We're gonna do a little bit of a chat so you guys can ask questions. So Malena,
Great. Gotta go to dinner. Thanks. Bye.
so that way you can ask us some questions and we can talk about kind of just what happened and if there's any
What just
technical
happened?
any technical difficulties with the
Right.
stream that we can work on for the next time, because that's what this was for like a practice run. So hang on 1 second and hold on to your questions. We will answer them. But thanks for coming over, Lindsay.
Woohoo!
Did you have fun?
I did.
Yeah. Do you feel like you worked out?
I feel like I had a really good stretch because I felt the muscle in my shoulder.
Uh-oh.
Really? Well,
We're
you're-
still here. Don't
Well,
worry.
you're breastfeeding, so
Red
that,
was
I
your
remember
color.
my right one is always like
Deep
slow.
blue. We got another blue. Pink. That's
I
awesome.
keep forgetting they're delayed.
Purple. Good. You may want to go like, just be curious. Google like auras and colors, and you might, I don't know, find something interesting about the color that came to you. Purple was another one. Good. Rose says she loved it. Nice.
Okay, I need that. All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
Hi, good job. All right, let's see. Should
I
we
wanna-
sit in a
here,
chair?
Let's pull. Oh yeah, I forgot these chairs are here. We can pull
We
these
can
over.
sit here. We'll just have a little
And we
chat.
won't have like a weird angle of our boobage that John said we were getting.
Oh, cleavage?
Yes.
Sorry.
Because we were like, hi.
Well,
This
here,
is good.
here we go. Well, there we go.
You want a drink?
Well, we can. Well, let's wait a minute. We can ask questions. Okay, so pink. We've heard people's colors. We're pink, purple, deep blue, rainbow. Yeah, Brittany, we're hoping to do this more often. How did you feel? What worked? What didn't work? What would you like? Addressing risks. Yeah, huge. Totally underrated. That we need to do more.
Yeah, mine feel fine now.
Yep.
So one of the things that I wanted to accomplish with doing an online live class with you guys with a teacher is that I know for me, I had a lot of anxiety, especially after having kids, or if you've been following me for a while, I had a lot of social anxiety in general. As a woman and as an adult, just like going back into the real world because I didn't know a lot of people at the time. So I felt like I only could stay in my living room and practice. So I guess what I wanted to do was to help you guys who are still stuck in your living rooms, maybe feeling a little bit self-conscious about starting, to be able to learn, but with an actual live setting, because I think it's really helpful. But just out of my own curiosity, so that maybe Malena can ease your thoughts. If you have fears about going out to a live class with people, in front of people, I was just wondering what those concerns are for you.
Mhm.
Because for me, I had a few, because you see these movies where women are farting, or you fall over, or you accidentally graze against somebody that you don't know, or whatever. And that kind of freaked me out to ever want to go until I finally was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So if you have any concerns or questions, maybe me as a newbie back then or her as a teacher who's probably seen it all can answer them for you right now. So if you want to ask that, I was curious about that.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Okay.
Special poses for heartburn.
So that's interesting. A lot of, poses are one thing, but like that's a diet. thing a lot. I mean, there are some over-the-counter like meds that you can help take for heartburn and stuff. I know I had experienced it recently. I would say if you're laying flat, that's probably going to not feel so great, right? Or when you're in downward dog, because that motion of like that, it's coming back up, gravity is a thing. I would maybe reach out to your doctor or talk to a pharmacist, and maybe there's like an over-the-counter thing that can help. But diet would probably be a part of that. And yoga can help because yoga changed my diet. You'll start to notice when you practice yoga more, you realize like, ooh, eating that burrito earlier sure didn't make me feel so great. It's like have the burrito after the yoga maybe.
I had corn dogs for lunch with my kids.
And you'll start to recognize like, oh, my body doesn't feel so great when I do this or this. And so you'll start to notice that and maybe the heartburn will ease up a little bit if you can shift some things in the diet, drink a lot of water, watch for super acidic foods. Something that I do, but always check with your physician, is a little bit of apple cider vinegar can really help with some heartburns. Will help balance the pH in there.
I notice as I've gotten older, I tend to get heartburn just in general when I'm moving a lot. Like for soccer games, I now take an antacid like Tums. Again, what she said, health professional, because it could be an underlying condition that's making it worse. But for me, knowing that I'm a healthy 30-something year old woman who's active, my doctor suggested taking just like a Tums or if you Pepsid right before a like vigorous activity. Coffee also doesn't help with heartburn as well.
True.
Somebody said they're concerned about or worries ripping their pants during a class.
There are a lot of great flexible fabrics.
Yeah.
Head to your local
TJ Maxx has great yoga pants. Yeah. Zella, I think, was Zelly or Zella has good.
I don't know.
It's a TJ Maxx, like it's a good affordable, like $14.99 for a pair. I wear them all the time. They're really great.
Good.
Yeah.
Someone said ACL knee strength. You're gonna want to work on a lot of like easy lunges, because you want to strengthen the quad muscles, right? The muscles that attach to the ligaments and tendons down there. Well, ligaments bone to bone. Tendon is muscle to bone. So if it's an ACL thing, you're going to want to strengthen the muscles around the joint as much as you can. Watch for either overextending or over flexing. So don't lock your knee would be something I would recommend. Psoas muscle relief. So psoas is tricky. You can take a tennis ball. I don't know if you have a tennis ball and you can roll on it. Sometimes you have to get the psoas from the front.
What is the psoas muscle?
It's a deep muscle. So next I could bring my whole anatomy book and I could bring that. But it's a deep, like almost a girdle muscle. So it helps stabilize like your hips, your spine, everything. It's really deep. I got to look up more of that for you. Pictures help for sure, but back bends. Duh. Back bends help the psoas muscle. So for KH, who was asking about this, how did you feel in back bends? Because back bends will help the psoas muscle for sure. Brittany says, good tips. Mandy, I have some. Oh, Wazelle pants. Yeah, I'm a runner as well. So Wazelle is.
Mandy's like a runner. Like she runs like trail running, long distance. Like, didn't you just do like a 20-something mile run or 30-something or 40? I don't know.
What are you training for? All the races are canceled.
She just runs. She runs. Her and her husband just run. Gal's crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
What else do we got? Any other questions for me? I know a lot of times people ask questions about different styles of yoga. What should I be doing? What resonates for me the most about Ashtanga yoga is the discipline, right? So for me, I was an athlete, right? And for me, repetition was key, right? You had to do something 100 times before you could do it one time and not have to think about it, right? That's how Ashtanga yoga is. And that's when it becomes a moving, breathing meditation, is when you don't have to think about what comes next. You just know. So a lot of times when you go to a vinyasa class or a power class, what happens is that teacher might structure the class differently than last time. You might do some things similarly, or you might do some things that you did the last time, but you might be doing something new every time. And when you're in that newness all the time, you can't let go as well. That's why we did sun salutation A so many times, because hopefully by the fifth one, you'll be able to kind of relax a little, you know, and not have to think as hard. So that's one thing I know that a lot of people ask. TMJ,
It does. I have severe TMJ, as all of you know, and when I stopped working out as much and doing yoga as much, yoga is a very good stress relief for me, and that's why I'm kind of hoping it is for you guys by starting out and adding it to your regular weekly schedule. And by doing that and being a little bit less stressed, like I hold less in my jaw. So it may not directly be like, oh, do yoga and your TMJ will be fixed, but it helps with your TMJ because it helps with your overall health and de-stressing throughout the week and all of that, which helps with the relaxation of your jaw. So you're not clenching as much, you're not holding so much up here because it's all kind of balanced and throughout the body, which is, for me, I'm always like this.
Mm-hmm. I would say another thing about TMJ or things like that. So the most muscles in one place are in your face, in your neck and stuff, right? That's how we're like so expressive and all that stuff. So whenever you're doing any throat, right? Like looking the throats, the upward facing dogs, the reverse table or the reverse plank or reverse tabletop that we do, dropping head back, lengthening these muscles. There's a big muscle, you can kind of like see it if I can show you. It's called the sternocleidomastoid muscle, and it attaches to your clavicle back here, your sternum, and the mastoid process back here. That is where we hold a lot of tension here. And if you have tension here, then you probably have tension here, 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 and here. So think about trying to lengthen your cervical vertebrae. These are the vertebrae up here that hold your head up. And if we're always like this, like Kelly's saying, everything's tense and locked, keep lengthening. Practice sitting taller. Practice lengthening your neck, your shoulders, and all that good stuff. And as I'm like, yeah, sit up taller.
I know. I know.
I know, it's hard. Yes. Okay, so
what type of yoga is best for muscle toning?
Ashtanga yoga. Do you know how many push-ups you do when you do, if you do the
That's my favorite thing. Like when I am being lazy and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should do at least something
Ashtanga
today.
yoga.
I drop down and I at least do just that one flow 5 times and I'm good to go.
Yeah, it's
what we just did today.
Because you're using your body weight, right? And so body weight is good, and it's very good.
Yeah, you don't need a big fancy gym, and you don't need big fancy tools to like work out. And I think that's why I like yoga, because you can literally, there's really no excuse. You don't even need a yoga mat. You can just get down on your ground and just do it.
Pretty much.
I don't know how to stop my back from compensating for my very weak core. John has that issue. We've been talking about that.
We could like go
John,
I could talk about this for days. Breathing properly will strengthen your rectus abdominis and the transverse abdominis. So by breathing from your belly, you're using muscle, and actually that active breathing will teach you how to keep a semi-engaged core, and that will help protect your spine, okay? So try to walk around with like a semi-engaged core in that exhalation where you're wrapping, you're corseting the muscles back around, and you will find that you will tone up your core just by breathing properly. Crazy, and it works. So inhale, exhale.
Hatha yoga versus Ashtanga yoga for beginners. I like Ashtanga better.
Hatha is
that more
is old
breathing?
Hatha is okay. So Ashtanga yoga is connecting breath with movement, right? The vinyasa, the connecting of the breath with the movements. Hatha yoga is a little bit more static poses. You're in the poses. There's a lot about alignment. I think honestly, if you get started with either, you'd be fine. For me, I fell in love with like that moving, breathing, meditation part of the practice. Hatha yoga is 100% great too. They're both very traditional in a sense, which is good, in my opinion. But I would just say, it's just
a personal preference.
It's just a
is what you're
preference,
saying.
and you'll find what you like best. But I am a big fan of like, yoga's like this 5,000-year-old fad. Like we're just catching up, right? It's been around for so long, and I would recommend, go. Ashtanga was really a lot about going back to the source, right? So getting closer to how it was originally taught, without all the layers. Like I don't use music, right?
He's such a punk.
John's editing on the side.
It's okay. Our director
Mhm.
just gave us some cues. But yeah, I would say the traditional practice is pretty good, right? You want to kind of cut the fluff, cut the fat off, right? Trim the fat. We don't need a lot.
Don't make it
fluff.
more complicated than it
Yeah.
has to be.
Keep it light.
Hi, Ash.
Keep it light. What else?
I'm curious, did any of you guys have, like, if you would change one thing about what we did today, what would it be? And you won't hurt our feelings
No.
because this is literally, like, I just had this conversation with Malena about doing this maybe 2 weeks ago when we ran into each other randomly downtown.
Yep.
And then a week later, she was over here and we were hanging out talking about doing it. And then yesterday, I think I solidified a little bit more stuff with you guys. And then here we are. So we did just throw this whole thing together. So John is texting me sound. Yes, I know we need to get better sound. I will work on getting a mic set up. The problem with mics and hooking them up is that either we have to do a shotgun mic, which means it's going to be further away, so we still might have that residual. And then if we lapel her, like put something on her, I don't know if the movement of your clothing might brush up.
No, I could do. A lot of mics seem to work.
Okay.
We can try to look into that.
But also, I think you guys, I mean, if you're like me, I like the interactive part too. So we'll figure something out. But other than the sound, was there any other issue you guys had, or was this enjoyable? Could you see all of us okay? Were you able to follow along well enough to like enjoy yourself, I guess is what I'm curious about. And then I just realized again that this is delayed, so I'll probably have to wait for you guys to answer that question. But yeah, now we're just going to stand here awkwardly and wait. Okay, there we go.
We're getting stuff.
John says stream was solid, so that's good. I have you guys hardline like hooked up to our internet.
Oh wow, I
so
didn't even know that.
that's what that cord is coming out of our window.
You could see in here. Okay.
Oh, you could hear fine. That's good.
Great. It was
Don't have
awesome. Great, thank you. And honestly, like, if I can give you one, if like my biggest takeaway for you all, like, is like even just becoming more aware of breathing will be like, oh yeah, this was a little longer than normal. Like it won't necessarily be an hour and a half next time. I think we had like, set up things, and then neighbor Art Lindsay came over.
Yeah.
So we'll pare it down. Trust me, we'll keep it light and we'll pare it down. But we'll also want to, we'll also want to like, I just,
You can't. Sorry, John's texting, so it's popping up in the corner and we're watching it, and he's being usual John, not helpful, but just like distracting.
No, he's helpful. But again, oh wait, went slow enough and okay. The giggles were fun. Sound was small issue, but okay.
A better heads up. I missed the beginning. Okay,
Oh.
so if you don't follow me on Instagram, go do that right now. That is where I go to instantly communicate with you guys, whether it's live stream or questions or polling or anything like that, or linking to this. If you're not subscribed to me here, subscribe. It will notify you once I schedule a live, and then it will also notify you 5 minutes prior, and then also when we go live. I will, before each class, go live, I think
About 5 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes, so that way it gives you guys time to get to it, around and all of that. And we will have a better heads up of when classes will be. Malena and I just sat down before this and talked about our
Malena,
upcoming-
that's me.
Yeah, this is Malena. We talked about our schedule. We're going to do a class next Thursday. Tuesday, I lied.
The 1st.
September 1st. So I will put that up everywhere. I will remind you guys on my Facebook, my Instagram. Go follow Malena. I will leave her Instagram handle underneath here. We are going to try to stick to a scheduled time of Tuesdays and Thursdays as much as we can. If there's any variation of that because of our schedules, I will let you know. Tuesdays we're going to do at noon Eastern time, and then Thursdays will be at 6 o'clock Eastern time. And then again, if there's anything that changes about that, I will make sure to let you guys know in advance. But again, follow me on Instagram, follow her on Instagram for updates, and then subscribe to me here so that you get notified of the live updates. And I think that should be pretty good.
I'll type in this.
Oh yeah, she can give you her handle now.
Here we go. You're gonna see lots of photos of my dog.
Oh, she's got a Labradoodle too.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay. Yes, more advance notice for sure on it. Subscribed on YouTube, she's subscribed. 30-minute notification reminder. Great. Awesome.
KH, if you don't have social media, I know YouTube can be stupid with their notifications for subscriptions, which is, again, why we are going to try to stay on a set schedule. So after next week, we will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
Yes.
Next week's the only wonky one. We'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, again, I'll remind you guys and stuff the best that I can.
And, oh, that's so nice. Oh, yeah, we won't always do the Q&A afterwards. If we do have a Q&A session, like the yoga part will be shorter. We do want to be mindful and keep everything, about 60 minutes.
But they like it.
Okay. Well, we can do it. But I feel
kidding.
and Brittany says, I feel like I'm doing yoga with my best friend.
That was the point. That's what I wanted. I wanted you guys to have interactive yoga because you miss that when you're just watching somebody.
So they're asking about if we're going to have it on the channel afterwards.
Okay, so we're still ironing out some wrinkles, but what we've decided, because again, Malena coming here to my house and doing this was huge for me. I have been wanting to ask her to do this with me for a while. It never came up until it's kismet kind of. We ran into each other randomly and then it brought up.
Actually, I was walking my dog and I was like, I think I hear Kelly.
Because I got a loud ass voice. Everybody does.
And then she's like a block away and then I see her coming around the corner. I was like, oh, that's her. Okay.
Yeah. So we randomly ran into each other and then it just came about that I could finally have an open space to talk to her about it. So because she's coming all the way here and because, again, I talked about this on Instagram, it is taking up our time, but we want to do this for you. We want to make it available to you. We will be charging about a $5, I think is what we've decided. It's affordable per class. With that, and again, I'll do a whole video sit down so that way there's an intro.
Is there something, can you guys see us okay?
They should be able to see us. Why? What'd John say?
John said that I can hear you, but I can't see you.
You can't see me? It's still there. Okay.
It should be there.
I'm going to ignore John for now. I will leave this all in a you understand what we're trying to do here. But yes, you will have access to the unlisted video that you paid for the class for. So if you pay $5, say for next Tuesday's class at noon, you'll get the link to our unlisted video. You'll be able to do that video with us live, and then you will have that link forever to be able to refer back to if you want to redo that class. And then that will go for every single class that you pay to do live stream for. Somebody asked, well, what if I can't make it to the live stream? Can I still pay the $5 just for the unlisted link? Yes. So hopefully that answered your question. And I will talk about how to pay and all of that in a actual sit down video where we're not all over the place. Yeah. And John's messaging us.
The pregnancy question, I would need to know how far along you are. Rule of thumb is that once you start getting a little bigger, no twisting, because you have your abdominals start to separate, right, naturally, and you can't twist as deep, and you can't do anything on your belly. So there's easy modifications, and yes, we can talk more about that later.
And no inversions probably when you start getting bigger.
Actually,
really? I know the headstand upside down is good for pregnancy. I read that. I did that while I was pregnant, but not everybody.
I've had people doing handstands pregnant, doing
can't even do one not pregnant.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We can talk more about that. So she said she's in Wisconsin. Wisconsin, you might be in Central Time. I don't know.
Well, that's why we're going to have two different times. Tuesday will be at noon, Thursday will be at 6, so that hopefully we reach the majority of you guys at accessible times. Obviously, we're not going to be able to please everybody just because the world isn't perfect and we both have jobs and things and dogs and responsibilities we have to get to. But Brittany is always so nice. Brittany always leaves the best comments. She says, your session was more than good enough. Sound problems, don't worry about being perfect.
Happy tears.
Right. See, Kelly's fans will understand her minor problems because that's my life, right? But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you guys had fun. I can't believe that like over 30 of you guys stayed for the whole class.
Way more. Almost
I mean, we
40 or
started at
50.
but we started at 70. I didn't see how many stayed on the whole time. Do you know?
John said it was somewhere around 60 the whole
60.
time.
That's pretty awesome. That's the biggest class I've ever participated in officially.
Yeah.
I think I've only gone to classes that were like 20 deep. And
No,
stuff.
at Hensville.
I didn't go to that one. Not the big one. I couldn't. I was out of town. I know.
That's okay.
Anyways.
Well, anyway, we appreciate you. We thank you. And remember, if you tuned in the beginning or go back and watch this, remember that just being, right? So even if you just do that, if you just sit there and pause for a minute and become present and just breathe, that's huge. So we need more. We need more of that in the world right now. We need to be better observers and less judgers
of people and yourselves.
I do it too. We all do it. So it's just about separating that a little bit. Cool?
Awesome. Great.
Your homework is to do wrist exercises.
Yeah, all that. All right, go follow her on her Instagram. Follow me on my Instagram if you don't already. Subscribe so you can get notified. Thank you all for hanging around. This was a lot of fun. Give this video a bunch of thumbs up if you want to see John in the next one. He's seriously so much fun to do yoga with because he's hilarious. But I'm sorry, he's in the garage, so I don't want him to overhear me too much. But yeah, we will talk to you guys all in our next live stream. I'll see you guys all in my next video. I have a couple of videos coming up, my favorite cup videos you guys have been asking for. That will be up. My sectional build will be up soon, and then my Lego collection build will be up soon. And then hopefully a vlog will be mixed in that area too. But bye, guys. Thank you. See you later.
And